You see the El Dorado student body, their cheer section is here in full force. Their band is here in full force, and they were pumping it during that timeout for La Cueva. The Bears down 8 in a blink. It's 8-0 El Dorado. La Cueva ball in a 5-8 title game. Clark wants an elbow jumper, and Lee sends it away. It's a foot race into the backcourt, and Alford runs it down for the Bears. No harm, no foul if you're La Cueva, but Lee shows his leaping ability.
And Clark just stuttered, took too long.
Alford pulls the three. Can't convert. Kabinski clears and backs it out. He's a left-hander. This is the freshman Loxley. Loxley cut off by Treadwell and steps it back out to the arc. Kabinski at the line will shoot from the top of the wheel. And he got it. He has really started to heat up in the shooting department through the latter half of the district schedule, and especially in the postseason. Neal from 26 feet. It's short. Rebound tapped by Griego and controlled by Clark.
La Cueva's okay with that shot by Neal. If he's going to start draining those, then, so be it. It's hard enough to defend him. He's going to beat you that way, then that's how it's going to go.
La Cueva down 8-3. Loxley with the Mohawk controlling the basketball against Glasrud, and a throwaway. Maybe the senior leadership of Glasrud could be the difference in the backcourt. The freshman Loxley with a poor pass on the wing. 5:39 left in the first. This place is pumping right now with life.
Oh, this is exciting. This is what we come for. I mean, this pit is loud right now, and it's split. I mean, you can't tell how many El Dorado and La Cueva fans there are.
Neal finds Winters, juggled for a moment, maybe some early game jitters. Whips it inside to Lee. Lee misses the right hand scoop, cleared by Griego. Lee, by my count, 6 spectacular dunks in the quarters and semis combined. Great look ahead to Jordan Clark, and he converts the lay-in. The last 5 have gone to La Cueva. They're down by a triple.
And it's not Alford, it's the role players getting it done. We talked about it. Clark with 2, Kubinski with 3.
Winters open to the corner. Good look at a 3. Got it. Oh, big, high, arcing 3 ball for Mark Winters.
Did we mention that El Dorado has their own role players as well? Mark Winters would be a star on any other team.
Great bench as well for Coach Sanchez and El Dorado. Look at Alford on the take. Little finger roll to the opposite side of the window to kiss it in. His first points. Treadwell kicks it out. Glasrud too deep to pull there. This is Winters. He finds Lee. Bounce to Treadwell. Griego altered. It's cleared by Kabinski. Loxley wants 3. Right wing. Got them all.
You got to love the confidence that Kai Loxley had out on the right wing. I mean, he's just a freshman here in a loud pit, pulls up and drained it. We got a game.
We haven't any fun yet. How about a 25-footer off glass for Neal? Rebounded by Griego. A couple of long looks for Neal. Neither one goes. Alford looking to get his long-range work going. He can shoot the 3 as well. Steps back and shoots a little 14-footer. Long rebound to Glasrud. Numbers for El Dorado if he wants it. Finds Neal. He'll go right past his buddy Alford and lay it in.
Quick
Neal
start
with
for
7
Neal. He's
early
got
on.
7.
13-10 El Dorado. 3:25 and winding in the first. Breakneck pace early on. The faster the better for El Dorado. You wonder if La Cueva wants it to be quite as fast as El Dorado does, although La Cueva scored 80+ in beating El Dorado in the district tournament final in El Dorado's gym, their last meeting. Alford drives baseline, and he's fouled. Free throws for a marksman at the line. Bryce Alford, he should be. His dad, Steve Alford, one of the best NCAA foul shooters in the history of the world.
And from what I understand, Neal isn't that bad as well, so that's where Cullen gets it from. But you look at the tempo. You talked about tempo, Robert, and I think La Cueva's okay with it because they're staying out of foul trouble early so far, and that's important because they're not as deep as El Dorado. They can run with them.
First whistle on Cameron Glasrud results in Alford's trip to the line. Cal Allen gets his first minutes for Coach Castillo and La Cueva. And Kane Martinez, great defensive stopper and leaper, comes off the bench for Coach Sanchez and El Dorado. Alford gets the 2 free throws, has 4 points. El Dorado by 1. Inside of the 3-minute mark here in the first. Winters screens, but Loxley fights through it. Skip pass from Neal to Glasrud, and Cameron will back it out. Bruised spleen had him out for the first half of the year. He's looked great here toward the end of the schedule. Winters, second three. Puts the three fingers up in front of the face as he gestures to those thunder sticks in the El Dorado student section.
And La Cueva's really got to extend their zone out. They're keeping it a little tight. 3-point shooters all over the court for El Dorado.
Alford can't get it going yet from the three-point arc, but look, let Loxley step in and steal it. He stepped on the sideline, though, right in front of the El Dorado head coach, Roy Sanchez. It is burnt orange dress shirt.
Even though he stepped out of bounds, does that give you a little taste of this freshman's athleticism? Also an outstanding football player for La Cueva.
It also shows you just how earnestly El Dorado is going to try to run the basketball. They outlet better than anybody, and they've got thoroughbreds that can go the length of the court. Martinez looking at three from the right corner. Yes, sir, off the bench, red hot.
Kay Martinez is one of those players we talked about, another X factor. I mean, he comes off the bench and he could do that all day long for El Dorado.
6'2" junior guard. El Dorado by 7. Their largest lead was 8-0. They got the first 8 of the game. Loxley working on Neal. Good help defense from Martinez. I think they're going to get Martinez for the hold. One of the things that Kane Martinez can do that maybe surprises opponents, although La Cueva's not going to be surprised at all by it because they've seen him 4 times this year. They know him well. He can jump out of the gym. 140 and turning here in the first. Griego misses the 17-footer from the elbow. Long rebound to Glasrud. Crosses over on Loxley. Neal loves the transition three. In and out. Martinez kept it alive, and Tobin Brazier just checked in for El Dorado. He converts on the stick back.
A lot of people forget Tobin Brazier started most of the year, as you mentioned, when Glasrud was out most of the year with a bruised spleen. So he knows this offense very well.
Alford on the baseline. Brazier has him. Look at Alford step through the double team. Just missed the leaner. Neal has the rebound. Neal goes behind the back and across the timeline. Martinez on the baseline. Little crowded down there with Brazier. Skips it across to Glasrud. He'll go on Allen. Set up Brazier in the right corner. He can hit that. That one's in and out. Griego clears. 9-point edge for El Dorado inside of 50 seconds. Kabinski's first try. Oh man, has he been on fire in the state tournament, and he continues his hot shooting ways here in the final.
2 triples for Kabinski. That's exactly what La Cueva needs. They're fine with this pace, as I mentioned, Robert. 0 fouls here in the first quarter.
Neal on the take. Finds Brazier in the corner. Back out to Glasrud. Now Neal at the top of the wheel. Sliding inside, the teardrop. Cullen Neal, he has 9.
Well, you knew he would get his.
Always seems to be in that 27, 28-point range by the end of the night. Sometimes a facilitator, sometimes a pure scorer. Had 9 assists in the quarterfinal win over Manzano. Alford can't connect as the horn sounds on the first. El Dorado by 8 after 1. Pro V Networks is a great place to be seen.